We used to say life begins at 40, and for some of us, you still think, what are you talking about? But anyway, enough of that. We could go on about that conversation all day. But what does happen when you get older? I'm 56, so I'm well over the halfway mark, I think. And when you do start getting older, you can't rely on what I call the joy of youth. You don't, when you fall down, you break. You don't just jump back up again. And you have to really plan for that. And getting fitter is a little bit more work. You have to work harder at it because the operating system is a little bit slower than it used to be. And you have to start doing things that are quite big, significant health projects, like going on a detox, like starting yoga, like cutting down on alcohol and fatty foods. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. You should have done that years ago. But it's when you get over 40 that you actually start to feel those things start to become a little bit heavier and a little bit harder to deal with. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at some of the areas in our body where stress gets stuck, quite frankly. Stress and trauma get stuck. And it's not until you get older again that you actually really start to feel that in quite a significant way. Things start to get up in the morning, you're like, oh, I can't move. Let's turn that into more of a That's what we're going to do. We're going to start sitting, and we're going to start very, very slowly. We've been doing this in the studio this week, and that is slowing down some of the very popular asana sequences that for you guys that have been practicing yoga for a while now, you might have done hundreds of times. And we're going to super slow mode that and use, by going slower, an investigation and exploration into the places that are stiff. Because it's not until you know that you're stiff in those places can you actually start the process of loosening off. It's not until you realize that you're in a prison can you actually become free. And it's a bit like that physically as well. You can be quite imprisoned by the rigidity of your body, and it reduces your mobility and your ability to do things. So we're going to break out of that by doing this one flow. It won't happen in the next half an hour, but practice over and over and over again, and introducing yourself to the possibility that this might be for you, Okay, so starting sitting, if you have a brick to sit on, one of these yoga bricks like this, or you have a lovely little meditation cushion like I've got, if not, a firm cushion, maybe take the cushion off a sofa, take the actual sofa cushion off, it's a little bit firmer, whereas these type of cushions that you have on your sofas, they tend to be quite soft and you just kind of morph into them. So sitting on something firm, something for you to maybe think about investing in, something to invest in. Sitting up there, left heel in first, right foot in front. Don't worry too much if you're a bit like this at the moment. That will slowly open up and relax down as you find more space in your body. Hands rested on the knees. Just relax the hands on the knees. Elbows are slightly bent with what I call this triangle of space underneath the armpits. Chin very slightly tucked in so that the back of the neck is long. And maybe you need to bring the head back, because for most of us, we're all a bit like that. Let's get that head back so that when you move the head, it feels like it's balanced really lovely and perfectly at the top of your neck there. Softening the face, the expression on the face, and that the eyebrows start to move away from each other. Instead of that, when you're frowning and the eyebrows are starting to come together, let's move those eyebrows away from each other so that the forehead becomes open and the face starts to open up. Lips are closed, but softly closed. So the jaw, the back of the jaw minor, where a lot of stress and tension's held. See if you can relax that expression on your face. You often see when people get older that their faces become quite hard. And see if you can soften that. Let's not have any of those hard faces on the mat today. Not in this moment, not right now. And slowly closing down the eyes, just bring your attention to your breathing. How are you breathing at the moment? Just noticing. Maybe you're breathing quite high up here. Maybe you're breathing down here and the air's not getting up there. We often talk about the 3 parts of the lungs, the lower, the middle, and all the way up to the collarbones. See if you can connect to that, the lower, the middle, and the top, so that when you inhale the next time, start to fill that space up. And then in the exhale, you empty it out. Just like filling up a glass of water and then emptying it out. Slowing that down, and with that, slowing the heartbeat down. Generally, most people are breathing about 20 breaths a minute, but with the yoga practice, we can take that down to 8 breaths a minute. Slowing down. And in yoga philosophy, we only have a certain amount of breaths and heartbeats to our lifetime. So speeding up that heartbeat, speeding up the breath, you're reducing your lifespan. Slowing down the heartbeat, slowing down the breath, extending that healthy, happy life. And this is something, my friends, what we're doing right now is something that you can take 5 minutes out of your day, every day, to practice. Just 5 minutes. Softening down, slowing down, settling down. And then we're going to bring our arms wide, extend those wings, and you're going to cross the right elbow over the left. Coming into eagle bind is wrapping the forearms around each other and lifting the elbows up high. Lift those elbows up shoulder height and then turn and twist over to the left knee. Extend the elbows away from you and maybe they land on that knee and chin into chest. Take 5 breaths here. Inhale fully and exhale fully. You'll notice that you're breathing predominantly into the right side and use the breath to stretch and extend the right side of the body. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, bring the elbows up high, travel through the center, over to the right, and exhale, elbows on the knee at the right side. Breathing in, predominantly breathing in through the left side, chin into chest. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lift the elbows up high, release those wings, extend the arms out. Take a full inhale and on an exhale, we're going to cross left over right, wrapping the forearms around each other, lifting the elbows up so they're not resting on the chest or on boobs and twisting to the left again. Unwrap those arms and the right hand cups over the left knee and the left hand extends around behind you. So you're opening up across that collarbones, looking at the left fingers. 2. Every time you inhale on the exhale, see if you can rotate and twist a little deeper. 3, 4, and on 5, come through the middle, wrap left over right, lift the elbows up and twist over to the right side. Unravel. Left hand over right knee, twist and extend the right arm behind you. Stretch the right hand so you're activating the right fingers. Inhale fully, exhale, rotate and twist. 2, 3. Every time you exhale, see if you can rotate a little bit deeper. 4, and on 5, coming back through center, right, left over right, lift the arms up, fully extend the arms out. We're going to roll off that little cushion or block now and come to sit down on the mat. We're staying in the cross-legged position. Extend the arms out in front of you, connect the fingers and exhale the palms away. Roll forward onto the front of the sit bones, open up the whole of the front of the body And exhale, scoop the tail under, draw the navel in, wrists and elbows shoulder height, chin into chest. Roll forward. Inhale fully. Exhale, tuck the tail under, roll back. Palms forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, slowing it down. Scoop the tail under, chin into chest. Inhale, open. Exhale. That already might feel quite strong on those shoulders. One more time. Inhale, open. And this time we're going to exhale, bring the palms down onto the mat. Roll over the knees and step back to a tabletop position where the thumbs are pointing towards each other. But I don't want to see, I'm always saying this in class, I don't want to see this hunched kind of tabletop. That's not a tabletop. Table, long back. Pelvis is in a neutral position. Long arms, long neck. We're going to practice cat and cow, but we're going to slow it down so that you can count each one of those vertebrae. We start at the tail. So we roll on the inhale, you open the ribs, diaphragm lowers, tail starts to rotate upwards, and then you count the movement of each one of those vertebrae. You come up, then the inhale, and then on the exhale from the tailbone, just like going up rosary beads or mandala beads, one bead at a time. And this is really so that you feel each part of that spine move. Closing your eyes, moving beautifully without missing out any one of those beads. Fully inhale at the top, extend, stretch, and exhale. But making sure that when you come into each one of the cat and the cow, each inhale and the exhale, that you don't push anything through. We're moving, we're creating space, but we're also unraveling, dislodging tension. Maybe not even releasing, but most certainly dislodging stuff. All the way up, very often, very tight across here, across those shoulders, chin in. Inhale. Bead by bead by bead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Counting up, counting back down. And then in this next one, we're going to relax back into tabletop. We're going to twist now. Twist, look up at the right hand again, stretch those fingers, activate that hand. And we're going to connect the fingers together and turn it into a paddle as we backstroke the arm. Inhale forward, exhale back. But just like when you're swimming, the arm is rotating in that shoulder socket because the palm of the hand is like a paddle as you push the water forward and then scoop it back. 3, 4. So as you come and you open, that's your inhale. 5, turning it into front crawl. Now forward, the paddle comes forward, it rotates around, scooping the water behind you. 4, and on 5, we're bringing the hand down. Flip the wrist, so the back of the wrist is facing the front of the mat, and then we're going to circle around that wrist. Stretching it back, inhale forward, exhale back, stretching back that forearm forward. Right, so it's not a big, massive, big bodily movement, very subtle. Let's swap directions. Very subtle and deep. So I'm guessing you're watching this, that means that maybe you use a phone. Anyone that uses a phone needs to do this. And then stop, let's go back there, twist, turn, look up at the right hand, stretch that hand, make a fist this time, and rotate the fist in one direction. And in the opposite direction. Stretch the hand again, and then this time, I'm going to follow that hand as it comes down. Turning head, and then as the hand comes down to the mat, it flips so that the back of the hand slides along the mat. And threads underneath the left hand, and the right side of the shoulder and the right side of the face comes down to the mat. Walk the left fingers forward, stay on the fingertips, and you can stay there or you can extend the right leg back. Breathing there. Left leg. 3, relax the shoulders. 4, and then on 5, walking the left fingers in, unweaving, unthreading, twist, turn, look up at the right hand again, and then exhale, bring the hand down. Let's go to the other side. Twist, turn, and look up at the left hand. Make a fist, rotate that fist. Opposite direction. Stretch the fingers back, stroke. 1, 2, big inhale as you open it up. 3, 4, 5, front crawl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring that hand down, flip the hand so the back of the wrist is facing the front of the mat, and we're going to circle around on that wrist. Really stretch the forearm back so you can get into those little bits where you can think, oh, that feels a bit sick, but remember we're turning those ohs into a, oh, that feels lovely, Mickey. Let's go the opposite direction. So no more oh and lots of oh direction, and then stop. Twist, turn, look up at the left hand again, inhale and bring that left hand down, thread it under so that the outside of that left shoulder goes down. Walk the right fingers forward, maybe extend the leg back and maybe lift the leg up. 2, 3, 4, and on 5 bring the knee down, walk the right hand in and thread the hand. Twist, turn, look up at the hand, make a fist, rotate that fist, feels a little bit looser this time. Opposite direction, take a full inhale and then come back down to tabletop. Let's do one more set of cat and cow, slowly. Inhale. And then exhale to tabletop. From here, step the left foot forward. The little toe is at the edge of the mat and the foot is in front of the knee, hands are back here. If you have a brick, you can bring that brick into the top of the mat. Walk the fingers forward so we get into a lovely big juicy lunge in that right hip. And the knee is stacked above the ankle. Always getting my body parts mixed up. With the right forearm, you can either stay up high like this, or you can bring the forearm onto the brick. Yeah? Take the hand to the inside of the left thigh and roll onto the edge of the left foot and open up that left hip. That feels nice and juicy. And if you feel like you've got a little bit more space, you can take it further and bring the forearm down. 3, beginners, you would be up here most likely. 4, and then on 5, let that knee roll back, come back up, tuck the toes under on the right foot, circle the arms up, inhale fully, exhale, sit back on that right heel. Sweep the fingers along the floor, come into that juicy lunge up, and exhale back. Inhale up, 3, exhale back, stretching the back of that hamstring. Inhale, exhale, last one, inhale up, exhale, bring the hands down, step the left foot back, cat and cow. That very, very slow movement. Very, very slowly, so that you feel each one. There's no rush, because quite often we do cat and cow, we just clump some of that spine together, it moves like a big lump. And then on your next one, finish there and step the right foot forward. The foot's in front of the knee, walking forward. That juicy lunge again in the front of the left hip this time. either staying up here or bringing the forearm down or bringing it halfway to a brick. Hands inside the thighs, so not on the knee, on the thighs. You roll onto the edge of the right foot. That's it. At the end of each exhale, just kind of, oh, again, we're turning the oh into oh. 4, and on 5, bring it back to center. Tuck the toes under on the left foot. Sweep the fingers up, crescent lunge. Exhale, sitting back. 1. Inhale, exhale. 2. Inhale fully, exhale fully. 3, 4, and 5. Bring the foot back, tabletop. Last set of cat and cow. Tuning in, thinking maybe this point you're going, yeah, that definitely feels a little bit looser and I'm a little bit more connected to how I'm able to move. So focusing on drawing the navel in and fully exhaling. There's no rush. What's with this rushing business? There's no rushing when you get to the mat. And then back to tabletop. Let's extend the right leg back, straighten that leg, and then the left leg back. Plank. Knees down, tail stays nice and high. Rotate the arms so the elbows go back as you bring the chin into the chest. Slide the legs back, relax, and bring the hands up. Cobra. Relaxing the legs, relaxing the buttocks. So here, don't tense this and compress the back. Relax it so you're able to come up a little bit higher. Take a full inhale. Exhale, bum to heels. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, let's walk that dog out and stretch the back of the calves. Make sure that the head doesn't push under like this. Ears are next to the biceps. And we're going to walk the feet to the front of the mat. In that lovely forward fold, drop the head. Give it a shake. Give the arms a shake and really, really, really enjoy the head having some time off. So nice and loose. Have a little bit of time off head. Have a little bit of time off neck and shoulders, forgetting about the head. And let's nice and slowly roll up. But again, taking our time and stacking each one of those vertebrae, one on top of the other. Really feel it, just the same way, the same focus as we were doing cat and cow. The same way that we want to lengthen the back. So key to our mobility, roll the shoulders out of the way and then come up to Tadasana, mountain pose at the top of your mat. Standing in mountain pose. Feet are 1 foot apart. It's not necessarily 30 centimeters. Come up high onto the mount of the feet. Lift the heels high. Bring the hands out in front and let's go down. Sliding the back down a wall. So you're not tipping forward, using the thighs, inhale up. Keep the heels up, exhale down. So focus on your breathing, inhale up. And then bring the heels down and you're back in Tadasana. Come to the front of your mat and make a step back with the right foot. And rotate that right foot so it's at a 45-degree angle. We're going to backstroke that arm all the way back again so that the extending and lengthening across the front of that shoulder. Straighten the front leg, which is your left leg, and extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the whole of the left side from the left big toe to the left middle finger. Take a full inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to lengthen the whole side of that body. So go long, Trikonasana, looking back and looking up, making sure that your triangle doesn't look like this, so you want to get to the floor. For most people, triangle is more here on the calf. 2, 3, 4, and then on 5, you're going to come up, extend that left arm again, and then we're going to almost like cartwheel around to come into revolve triangle. Fingers to the floor on the outside of the left foot. Again, maybe your fingers are to the calf, or you maybe have a brick, you can put your hands on the brick, twist, rotate, and look up at the left hand. 2, that's it. Really focus on the feet to give stability. 3, 4, and on 5, soften that front knee as you rotate all the way back up. Take your full inhale, step to the front of the mat. Boom. We're going to go to the other side. You can, I'm just rotating around to show. Stepping back with the left leg. Circling that big backstroke again with the left arm. Inhale, extend the right arm up. So now you're extending from the right big toe to the right middle finger. Inhale fully and exhale, lengthen. Get as long as you can here and then bring the fingers down. Rather than that kind of collapsing where you start to go a bit more like this. There's no triangle here. So you want to get that long so that that's long, then bring the hand down, then look back at the top hand. Breathing there. 1, focusing on the feet to give you that length. 2, 3, 4, and then on 5, we're going to windmill, cartwheel, whoa, whatever, all the way reeling up. Inhale, and then the exhale, we're going to rotate and come down to revolve triangle. 2, again, focus on the feet. You can wrap that other arm around the back. 3, 4, and on 5, let's unrotate. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Woo! Tadasana. Find your breath again, settle down, calming down, stability. Yoga's a practice of stability. Yeah. Standing at the top of the mat, finding that stability, feeling the toes there. Let's flow down. Inhale, open, just like we did at the beginning. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend, look forward. Exhale, step back with the right foot. High lunge. Warrior 2. Cartwheeling in to extended side angle. Extending from the outside of the right heel to the right middle fingers. Option to come with the forearm on the thigh. 3, 4, and on 5, we're going to windmill again all the way over to reverse warrior. 2, 3, 4, and on 5, we're back in warrior 2. Bring the arms around behind you, connect the fingers, roll the shoulders out of the way. Inhale fully, exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 5, coming up nice and strong, nice and stable. Warrior 2, cartwheel the fingers inside the left foot. Inhale, and on the exhale, walk the fingers to the back of the mat, sitting down at the right foot. Inhale, power up, warrior 2. Cartwheel down, walk the fingers to the back of the mat. Inhale up, cartwheel down. Maybe you can go back without the fingers. Power up to warrior 2. Rotate around to that high lunge. Step straight in. Tadasana at the top of the mat. Inhale fully, exhale fully. Let's go to the other side. I'm going to come to the other side to show. Inhale fully, exhale fold. Stepping back with the left foot. Inhale up, high lunge. Rotate, warrior 2. Cartwheeling in, extended side. 2, 3, or forearm to thigh. 4, 5, reverse. 1, 2, making sure that you don't let this leg collapse. 3, 4, 5, back to warrior 2. Arms around the back, connect the fingers, opposite index finger on top. Roll the shoulders out of the way. Inhale, exhale, fold. 2, 3, 4, and on 5 we're back up at warrior 2. Cartwheeling the fingers inside the right foot, walk the fingers forward and then walk the fingers to the back of the mat, Skandasana. Power up to warrior 2, cartwheel it down, walk the fingers forward, back of the mat. Inhale up, power it down, walk the fingers forward, over to the back of the mat. Inhale up, last one, power it down, maybe you can go back without the fingers. Power it up, warrior 2. Rotate around to high lunge, stepping it in, coming to Tadasana. Easy. It's just practice. It's just practice. Let's come to the top of the mat again. If you feel like you need to shake that off, then now's the time. Inhale fully, exhale, fold. Inhale, extend, look forward, and maybe you can jump back, lower it down. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take 3 breaths and then jump to the front of the mat to Malasana squat. Talking and doing is very out of breathing, but again, bringing that into a as you sit down, straight to Navasana. Ankles and knees level, straighten the right, straighten this. It's everyone's favourite, everyone loves Savasana. Look at the big toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, float. 5, feeling strong, tap the head on the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1, back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale fully, exhale fully. Cross the ankles, coming up to sit. We're going to finish now with some forward folds. The classic, all the good ones. First one, step the right foot in, open up the right knee. Just like we did at the beginning, you roll forward on the sit bones, open. Exhale, lengthen and fold. Breathing there. 2, 3, lengthening the whole of the right side. 4, and on 5, inhale up. Let's go straight to the other side. Left foot in, left knee opens. Inhale, extend, exhale, fold. 2, 3, 4, and on 5, inhaling up. Exhale, so the feet out. We're going to do a twist now. Left foot in, left over right. Bring the sole of the foot as high as you can up on that side. Extend the right arm forward. Wrap the right elbow around the left knee. Inhale, exhale, rotate. 1, 2, big exhale. 3, 4, and on 5 we're going to unrotate around to the other side. Swap straight away, right foot in, right over left, left arm forward, wrapping that around the right knee, twist. Inhale fully, exhale, rotate. 3, 4, and on 5, untwist. Extend the leg forward, step the feet in. Ooh, feeling a lot more like waterfall. Tailbone down. Soles of the feet facing the ceiling. Arms nice and wide, resting the face. Let's take 10 breaths there. 1, 2, making sure you fully exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend the knees into, wrap the arms around the knees, forehead into the knees. Lengthen the nice long neck. Left hand to the floor, and with the right hand, let's bring the knees to the floor on the right. Shuffling onto the edge of the right hip. Turn, extend the left arm away, and look over to the left hand. Inhale fully, exhale, relax the tummy. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's bring the knees through center. If you feel like you want to give that little hug again, do so. Lengthen that back of the neck down. Knees to the left, extending to the right arm. 1. So you get this lovely, lovely spinal twist. 2. So even if you have a stiff lower back, or you tend to suffer from being a bit stiff, maybe tension in lower back, twisting is great. 3, 4, and 5. Let's bring the knees back to center. Straighten them up towards the ceiling again. So your spine is in a lovely neutral position. And then you can either bring the feet down and lengthen them along the mat, or you can lower down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're in Savasana. Quietening down, softening down. Let the whole body just, now is definitely it's definitely not a Savasana. Final, if you feel you're at your own home, the people are out of the room, the pets are out of the room, that you can just and press pause maybe and take this extra time. Or maybe if you don't quite have enough time to do this Savasana, then bring the knees into chest. Let's roll over onto one side and we're up to sit. Taking a moment once again. Never rush off the mat. Never rush off. Never just get out, rush off. Take a moment to sit. To really let the practice settle. This is what I call the entourage effect of asana practice. That where you are now, you really have a sense that you really are in this very moment. I think it's safe to say. And even if it just is for a moment, even if it's just a glimpse of, wow, I feel great. And it's beyond feelings and emotions. It's you really are being great. You're being. And with practice, that glimpse will become a minute, and then it'll become 5 minutes, and then it'll last maybe till lunchtime. Maybe it'll last the whole day into the night. Maybe it'll even last to the next day. With practice, you will notice that this, where you are now, is a bigger part of the this that you were before you started. That's the gift of yoga, my friends. One of the many, many gifts. Thank you for joining me on the mat. Please hit the notification bells. Maybe I'll see you in class next week or the following weeks, or come to one of my workshops, or come to my next retreat in January 2025. Wow, what a number. Namaste.